Good afternoon, Lorain County. Good afternoon, America. My name is Helmut Shamel, and many of you have heard me or seen me before. Most of you probably have not, but I am a resident of Lorain County in Ohio, and today I'm coming to you to discuss a critical election. We're going to be discussing local, state, and federal candidates. I just want to share some information with you to help you to make a more educated decision. Many of you have already voted, many of you have not. But even if you already have, the content that I'm going to be sharing with you, if I tell you something that you didn't know that would have helped you make a different decision, please share it, subscribe to this channel, share it. It will be broadcast on Facebook and YouTube. And this is an extremely critical election. With that being said, I would like to ask you a question. Let's start with that. But before I do that, I told a friend of mine that I would share this. He handed me a book. His name is John Morrow, Jon, John Paul Morrow, and the title of the book is Without Representation. It will soon be available on Amazon. So as I was saying, I would like to ask you a question. Who do you think you are? I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way, but I'm saying it as, how many times have we said, this is the way I was born, this is the way that I was created, this is what I am. But the truth is, you may not be who you think you are. Because see, when we're born, we don't know absolutely anything. We are like a sponge, and every day, even prior to the day we're born, we're already learning through our cells in the mother's womb. But after we're born, we're learning and learning and learning what is going to shape our adult life. There was a Greek philosopher, Aristotle, who said, "Give me a child for the first 7 years, and I will show you the man." Because for the first 7 years of our lives, we are conditioned, we are beginning to be conditioned to what we're going to become for the rest of our lives. And we keep on learning, even after the 7 years, 13 years. We're accumulating habits, and every single thing that we do in life, the way we think, the way we eat, the way we walk, every single thing is a learned behavior. This, voting, is no different. We have learned it. We have learned a pattern or a habit that when we come to a decision like today, this in 6 days, we vote because we have been conditioned to vote for that specific party. We don't take the time to research the candidates, to what they stand for. What do they truly represent? What is their agenda? So I would like to share with you some information about people that I have met, that I've spent time with, and I know what their agendas are. And hopefully I will show you something that you may not be aware of. Let's start with the Lorain County local candidates. I just would like to mention the names of Richard Ramsey, Giovanna Scaletti-Bremke, and Anthony Hurst. I have met every one of them. Wonderful, wonderful people. They're down to earth. But not only are they friendly, because most politicians are friendly to your face, but what do they truly stand for? This one makes a difference. What are they going to do for you? This one makes a difference. And I have met these three people. Their agenda, they're running for judges in Lorain County. Their agenda is to be tough on crime, but to be fair. They are compassionate people. They truly mean when they say, I want to serve the residents of Lorain County, they mean it. As well as Jan Preisner, he's running for county treasurer. There's Mike Doran, a fine young man. He's running for Lorain County recorder. There's Gail Manning. He's running for the 52nd district for state representative. And Jennifer Hensel, running for Court of Appeals judge for the 9th district. There's Megan Shanahan, Joseph Dieter, and Daniel Hawkins. They are all wonderful people, but I'm going to be, when I'm done mentioning their names, I will tell you what they have said. There's a fine young man that I've met, I've talked to several times, Bradley Lacko. He is funny as could be. He's the down-to-earth guy. Currently, he runs his family farm. And his desire is to see the residents of Lorain County and the state, federal. He wants to be, and each one of them want to actually make a difference in our lives. And there is Kelly Dieter. She's funny. I was talking to her last night. And she is just so intelligent. Well, they all are. Then there's Tony Sill, another amazing person. He's running for Lorain County Prosecutor's Office. And the one thing that I can tell you about every one of them, that is going to be taking a position in the court system, is not if, but when. They take their position in the court system. They are committed. Their commitment is to follow and stand by the Constitution of the United States of America, and to treat everyone equal, no matter who they are, no matter what race, gender, religious preference. Their commitment, as they have said to me, is to be tough on crime, but fair and compassionate when needs to be. Then we have two gentlemen who I really enjoy talking to them all the time. David Moore and Martin Gallagher. Like I mentioned, they're running for county commissioner, and they are truly, truly amazing people. They're business owners, so they know about financing. They know about how to create jobs, and this is what they stand for: making a difference so that Lorain County can prosper. Marty Gallagher, he's been awarded from the city of Cleveland for developing land, for making projects, buildings, developing business that otherwise would just be sitting there rotting. There is this building in the city of Elyria, the Midway Mall. Since the mailing or the online ordering has become so great, buildings like the Midway Mall are sitting there empty. There is a United States Steel, U.S. Steel factory plant, or acres and acres and acres and acres of land that is just sitting there rusting metal. So he has a vision. He wants to do something with those empty buildings, empty lands, and many other projects that he wants to bring to Lorain County to make a difference. They want to bring jobs. They know how to create jobs because that's their business. In their own personal business, they create jobs. And they want to do the same thing for Lorain County. And that brings us, Dave Moore. He's another person that I love talking to him too. He's funny, but he's funny because he helps you to relax while he's talking to you. But when it comes to business, Lorain County is a priority for him. To develop jobs, to keep low taxes, and to bring success to Lorain County. There's no hidden agendas with any of these people. All they want to do is see Lorain County prosper. But there's one more man whom I have the pleasure to spend quite a bit of time with. We have had many conversations, and I respect him so much, and I appreciate what he done. He gave me the first opportunity to do some public speaking. I did. He allowed me to develop and be a part of his town hall meetings, to coordinate his town hall meetings, something that I've never done in my life. But he gave me the opportunity, and I really appreciate it. His name is Jack Hall. He's running for Lorain County Sheriff's Department. This is a man whom I respect, and I truly, truly feel that there's his honesty and his humbleness is beyond what you would expect from a politician or for somebody who's running for his position. In fact, he is so honest that his opponent, they're making things up about him because they can find nothing that he can be accused of. He is a man that has told me, Helmut, I just want to create an environment between the citizens of Lorain County and the Sheriff's Department, and work with the local communities, with the local police departments, so that there is a communication that has never existed before. One of his goals is to be transparent, to bring transparency to the Lorain County Sheriff's Department, unlike we had never seen before. He wants to be the kind of leader, the sheriff, that if you have a problem, you can give them a call and complain about things if you need to. And he will take care of business. He has a vision for projects that would open up the community to work one-on-one with the County of Lorain. He has projects that he's involved with that people are not even aware of. He's a proactive man. That's what I like about him. He's so proactive. He's got a project right now that is not really well known yet, that deals with human trafficking. A lot of people are not aware of the things that he's doing, but that's one of the things that he is developing, a way to help victims of human trafficking, and to prevent and combat those activities to happen not only in our country, in our county, or in our state, but nationwide. He wants to be a contributor. He is a contributor. He is a graduate. He has degrees in journalism and psychology. He is also qualified to be a magistrate. He has never stopped learning everything that he does. He is so well versed when it comes to the Constitution of the United States of America. And he will stand by that. Let me ask you one thing. Many of you who are religious, I don't care what you are, Catholic, Baptist, Pentecostal, non-denominational, whatever your religious affiliation is, when you go to church, are you told that it's okay to lie? That it's okay to cheat? No. We're told that love is what we all should share for each other. Love, respect, and to help each other out. Yet, as I said before, this man is so honest that his opponent is lying about him or trying to find ways to lie about him. Photoshopping pictures, announcements, where Jack Hall picture and his opponent are there. His opponent photoshops pictures. That is a lie. One thing I will show you. It's proof that how people will go to extremes to deceive somebody else. Within the last couple of weeks, I received a mailer at my house saying, vote for Resendez. And this is what it shows. Reality is, that picture was probably 30, 35, 40 years ago. Because now This is who he is. And some people may think that it's not a big deal. But that is a form of deception. Rich Resendez is the chief deputy of the Lorain County Prosecutor's Office. So he knows the law. He knows the ordinances. But yet he does things that go against the law, against the ordinances of Lorain County. And these are proven facts. This man, Jack Hall, will not bend the law for anybody or for any reason. That's why I support him. And I'm asking you, when you go vote, this man, Jack M. Hall, will represent you to the best of his ability. But he's fair and he's a compassionate man. I love his family. His wife is just, they're like, they treat you as a friend. But Jack Hall is the type of person that he was not peddling for endorsements, because as he sees it, an endorsement, churches union endorsement or things like that of that nature, are just IOUs. Though that one day when somebody needs something, they can come back and say, well, remember we endorsed you, remember what we did for you? That is why endorsements really did mean a whole lot to him. What means a lot to him is you and I. What he is going to bring to Lorain County as a representative of the law. When he made the oath to serve and protect, he's committed to that. He lives it. And I know it because I know this man. One thing I'm going to ask you now. If things don't work out, if you vote for his opponent and things don't work out the way that you thought they would, remember this: you vote is your legacy. It's your legacy to your children and their children's children. So that's why I am committed to really, really ask you that if you already voted, but you see a difference in this man, subscribe to this channel, share this information, because it's critical. That will make a difference for the county of Lorain, of who's going to represent us as a law enforcement agent. With that being said, there's one more subject that I would like to discuss with you, and that is our state senator. There are two candidates, Cheryl Brown and Bernie Moreno. There is a big difference on their agendas. See, one thing I know about Bernie, I've spent time with him. I've gotten to know who he is like. It's another man that I love. It's his wife, and him. They treat you like they have known you for years. But one thing that I would have to say, Yes, politicians usually they're friendly to your face. But what really matters is what goes on behind closed doors. And what this man says is the truth. And I know there is a lot of commercials nowadays that accuse him of being a liar, of being unfair to his employees. You know what I'm going to tell you? Those are all made up things. It's just like I mentioned with that Resendez for Lorain County Sheriff photoshopping pictures. These ads against Bernie Moreno, they're lies. There's a commercial that talks about him cheating his employees. That's wrong. That's a lie. I asked Bernie myself. You know what the thing is? When that happened in another state, it did not include his business. He didn't have to pay for the overtime that like he's being accused of, but he decided to do it just to take care of his employees so they wouldn't be left out. But the commercial would say he cheated his employees. There is no one more honest that I know than Bernie Moreno. He was like me. I came as an immigrant, but we came legally. And he built a business, an extremely successful business. And the commercial would say about money being transferred to him from his family this way or that way. I tell you what, let me ask you one question. If you had $1 million and your child comes to you and said, I want to start this, I want to start that, would you deny them the help that they need? That's all that there was. His parents helping their child. Is that wrong? No. And they did nothing wrong. It is all made up things from a career politician. Bernie Moreno will tell you the truth, even if you don't like it. But at the same time, he stands for the Constitution of the United States of America, like I do. I love this country. You know what? I have a love for this country. So great. And it's the reason why I am here today. Because I love this country so much that when I hear the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance, I get choked up because of the love that I have for this country. Because what this country means to me. And I know it means the same thing for Bernie Moreno. He knows what it's like to work with economics. He literally does mean it when he says, I want to make America successful. He wants to represent you and me to the best of his ability. He's not going to represent you just for a political party association. He's doing it because he cares. See, when we came to this country, we learned that this country is so great, it's so amazing, and this is the only country in the world that someone like him, someone like me, I can come in front of you and be successful and have the opportunity that we will never have anywhere else in the world. So we appreciate what we have, what this country stands for, what the Constitution of the Republic, the United States stands for. He said, one of the commercials said that Bernie wants to abolish the Constitution. No, no way. He stands for it. He swears by it. And he wants to be one of those that make the Constitution matter. He is not a wishy-washy politician, career politician that tells you one thing but means something else. But he is honest. And everything that is being said about him is made up. It's all a lie. There's a commercial that says that it's been verified that Bernie Moreno is lying about something. Because Bernie Moreno is exposing Cheryl Brown of what he stands for. For men being allowed in the women's or girls' locker rooms, that the government paying for transgender operations using taxpayers' money. On Channel 3 News, they said, verified, Bernie Moreno was lying. No. The fact is, Fox News Digital fact-checked that verification. And they did. They checked Cheryl Brown's voting record, and he did vote for that. So who is the liar? Fox Digital contacted these people that said verified. But what did they do? They never responded to Fox Digital because they knew that they were lying. So that's a lie. Everything that is being said about Bernie Moreno from Cheryl Brown's office, candidacy, it's a lie. Because they have nothing else except to lie about him. In fact, let me say this. Cheryl Brown is the chairman of the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee. Okay? But it's a fact that in Cleveland and in Columbus, Ohio, he was claiming a deduction that is only allowed to be used in one city. But he was using it in 2 cities, which is illegal. And it's also a fact. Him being a representative of the Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, he knows the law. But yet for decades, he failed to disclose between $250,000 and $500,000 401k retirement from his wife. So recently he paid it after decades, after being exposed of cheating. he was accused. No, he was not accused, but he was forced to pay for a condominium that he owned in Washington, D.C., which he was not paying taxes for. Is this the kind of representative that you want to represent you at the national level? I don't think so. He claims that he's a champion for women. But what you may not know is that his divorce from his ex-wife, she signed an affidavit and she got a restriction order against him because she was afraid for her safety and the safety of her children. So does he really care for women? When his own wife signed an affidavit that she needed protection from him. Is that what you want? Is that who you want? As I said before, is this who you are willing to cast your vote for? Is this what you want your legacy to be? Let's say the border. Yes, I am an immigrant, and I know many people are coming for economical reasons. They want to make a better life for their families back home. But there's a better way to do it legally. Yet, the Biden administration, the Kamala administration, they support, they encourage, and they're trying to push regulations that give priority to illegal immigrants over us, the American citizens. Remember last year there was a shortage of baby formula, where many ladies, families were running to the stores, scrambling to see if they could get baby formula because there was such a shortage. What was going on in the southern states? There were warehouses stockpiled with baby formula that was reserved for the illegal immigrants' babies. Is that fair? This is one of Sherbrooke's agendas. I said I am an immigrant, and I'm proud to say that I am an American citizen, but this is not the kind of government that I want to represent me or any of you. And as I said before, because of my love for this country, because of my love for the American citizens, because everyone in the world I love, because they're human beings. They're creations of God. We're all creations of God. One God, one love. But we cannot stand for the crooked agendas that are unfair to Americans. Yes, we care for everyone, for immigrants, but there's a right way of doing it. We gotta take care of American citizens first. And all those people that suffer from the hurricane recently, Georgia, Alabama, Carolinas, when the government, FEMA, says, we are running out of money. We don't have money. And Kamala goes and said they can apply for $750 help. And guess what? Many people didn't qualify, even though they had their houses, their whole lives destroyed. And guess what? This is the part of Cheryl Brown's agenda. But yet, they have spent over $6 billion for the illegal immigrant agendas. Cheryl Brown claims that he went ahead and he voted with that, even with that Donald Trump to combat fentanyl. You know what? No, he didn't. He tried to pass this article that actually what he would do is still, they call it the rescue plan. Rescue? Actually, what he would do is still allow illegal immigrants to come to our borders. And now they're saying, yeah, we decrease the amount of illegals that are coming in. But guess what they're doing? There's an act to where citizens from other countries, even criminals, all they got to do is sign up, and they get a private jet, a private plane that picks them up at the country of origin and brings them to America, to wherever they want to go. A private plane. When many of us, American citizens, cannot afford to get a brand new car because the economy is so bad. But this is part of Cheryl Brown's agenda. He doesn't know how to build a business like Bernie Moreno has. Bernie Moreno is successful. Yes. And he will do the same thing for our country, for our state, for our local economy. So please don't be fooled. No se dejen engañar, porque esas son mentiras. Cheryl Brown es un mentiroso. Él dice una cosa, pero hace otra. Lo que él está haciendo nada más es engañar, ser un político. Él no sabe cómo decir la verdad, porque ha sido tan político por tantos años. Y lo que él quiere nada más es que ver el Partido Democrático seguir haciendo lo mismo que han hecho en los últimos 4 años, casi 4 años. ¿A quién les están ayudando ellos? Si ustedes son inmigrantes que están trabajando aquí, que dicen, oh, eso no me afecta a mí, tal vez no todavía, pero el día vendrá que cuando estos inmigrantes van a cortar los pagos, si ustedes están haciendo $15 ahorita o ahora mismo, los inmigrantes van a venir y ellos van a trabajar por $8 o $10. ¿So qué va a pasar? Sus trabajos van a ser eliminados porque ya no los van a necesitar. Las empresas, ¿quiénes van a tener el trabajo? Esos ilegales. Y yo sé, y yo sufro, porque yo sé que la mayoría de ellos quieren mejorar su vida, de sus familias, en sus países. Pero hay una forma de hacerlo. Y eso es hacerlo legalmente. Y eso es lo único que Bernie Moreno Él quiere ver que todo sea legalmente. Él representa a los ciudadanos de los Estados Unidos de América primero. Él como yo estudiamos y aprendimos las leyes de los Estados Unidos. Y hay un amor, tenemos un amor tan grandísimo. Esa es la razón por qué estoy aquí ahorita, o ahora mismo. Porque yo estoy cansado de las mentiras que Cheryl Brown dice. Y como dije anteriormente, Cheryl Brown no puede encontrar nada malo o una mentira en este hombre, Bernie Moreno, que hace mentiras. Lo acusan de cosas que no son legales, que no son verdad. So, si ustedes son ciudadanos aquí en los Estados Unidos, yo les voy a pedir que miren cómo está la economía ahorita, o ahora mismo, porque se va a poner peor. Si Cheryl Brown es electa otra vez, las cosas se van a poner peor. With that being said, I ask you again, you vote this year. In 6 days is your legacy to your children and their children's children. With that being said, we get to the last segment on this podcast that we're going to deal with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. When I came to this country, I didn't know what to expect. For 22 years of my life, I was a truck mechanic. And you know what? Everything that I'm saying, I'm not saying to be mean to somebody. But my love for you as American citizens, my love for America is so great. As I said, for 22 years I was a truck mechanic. And I was never, ever, ever involved in politics. That was the farthest thing from my mind. I didn't want nothing to do with politics. One day, or watching the news, I saw a man coming down an escalator with his wife. A billionaire who I've seen on TV telling people, "You're fired." You're fired. And he announced that he was running for president of the United States of America. I asked myself 3 questions. Why? This man who has everything he could want, does he need more money? No. Does he need more fame? No. Does he need more power? No. And all of these actors and actresses, all of these people that now are trashing him, before he ran for president, they would run to him. They loved him. But when I asked myself those three questions, I said, why? Why is he doing it then? He knows the scrutiny that he's going to put himself and his family. And you have seen it. I said, there is only one reason that I could see why he's doing this. This man must love America like I do. That was my first interaction with politics when I decided to vote for him. There's so many accusations against him right now. But you know what? Look at the content. Look where the accusations come from. There is an administration that has been going on for almost 4 years. And what have they done? The economy? Many of us know, and we experienced the 4 years with Donald Trump. Years of prosperity, years of peace, where we felt safe. Yes, he made some errors. He hired some people that maybe he never should have, and he recognizes that. But this time, he's going to make better decisions, better people, even better than it was before. Because now he knows. See, before he was not a politician. And he's not a politician right now. What he is a concerned American citizen who will make a difference in our country. This is the man that has put his family have been dragged through the mud. Yet he's good enough that even when he's being shot, when his people trying to kill him, he wants to be an inspiration for us to fight for America, for our freedom, to fight for what our founding fathers created. A free country, a country that is prosperous, that takes care of their citizens, a country that protects their citizens. He wants to see an economy unlike we have ever seen before. And all of you out there in those states, such as Pennsylvania, or whatever, there is fracking that was stopped. How many jobs were lost? With one stroke of the pen, they eliminated the Democratic president, along with Kamala next to him. They destroy how many jobs? And that has continued. It's been an administration of lies, of hidden agendas, of self-prosperity, an agenda of control. They want to control the people. Just recently, you have never heard maybe of the World Economic Forum. That is, their agenda is for one world, one government. Their original motto was, you will own nothing and be happy. That was started by a man, his name is Klaus Schwab. And their agenda is to control the world. It's not a theory. It's not a conspiracy theory, but it's a truth. In fact, recently, John Kerry, which is one of their top officers, said one of the problems that we have is that in America, the biggest issue is the First Amendment. And we need to control that. And then Bill Gates, which is another top officer on the World Economic Forum, said, we have to develop, or we have to find a way, excuse me, to put more AI in the communication devices so we can control misinformation. Is it misinformation, or is it really just that they can control you and I if we don't fit their agenda? We want a government that is fair. We want a government that is compassionate. Donald Trump is a compassionate person. Even though he is as wealthy as he is, you hear stories after stories after stories of his compassion. We had 4 years. He's being called Hitler. He's going, you know what? All that is conditioning. They're trying to condition your mind, bring up hate, to put hate in your heart. And many people are falling for it. In the news media, what do? Hate, 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 hate. That's what they're promoting. But where is the love and the compassion? Let me tell you a name. There's a lady. Her name is Cheree, Cheree, Peoples. See, when Kamala Harris was the district attorney in California, she created a truancy law that would put people in jail if their children miss so much school. Well, this lady, Cheree, she has a son. She had a daughter. Okay. That she had sickle cell. So she was missing school. But the school system knew what her condition was, and they worked with Cheree. But when Kamala went ahead and put an order of truancy, this lady was arrested. She was charged of a crime, and she spent time in jail. She lost her job and she lost her house. Is that what you want? Remember, your vote will be your legacy to your children. Michelle Obama wanted to shame you. and so did Obama, uh, her husband. That had to do with abortion. See, their record, they have nothing else to run on. And now they're making abortion the biggest issue that there is. And now they even come, the Obamas, trying to shame you, men, by making you decide between abortion and supporting your wife. But what good is to have an abortion law, which Donald Trump said he will not support a national ban on abortion? And he does support the IVF. So all those are lies about him. So my question is, what good is it that you're going to vote for abortion rights? What about if you cannot afford anything else? You cannot afford your house, your car. If you cannot afford food, is that worth it? How can you see your wife or your children, or your wife seeing your husband and your children, and tell them, I could have voted different so we could have a better economy, that we could afford things. But I didn't, because I believed the lie of abortion. Everybody has a choice. But your vote this year is your legacy. I would ask you, please, from my heart, vote for prosperity, for freedom, from protection. Vote for the Republican, and it's not the Republican agenda. It's the American agenda. It's not the Donald Trump agenda. It's the American agenda. So please, if I have said something that inspires you to see things different, subscribe and share this content with everyone that you know in America, so we can make a difference for ourselves, for our children, and their children's children. That will be our legacy. Thank you. God bless you. I'm sorry, but God bless the United States of America. Thank you. Ay, ay, ay.